Okay, so this is a video about a development technique called transposition. And what we're going to do is look at kind of transposing a piece of music and stay in the same key, or like how you might transpose to other keys. So I've got a piece of music here, and I'll just play the beginning idea of it. Right, so what we could do if we look at that melody is if I want to take this to a brand new key, transposition is usually thought of as going to new keys, is if I select all of those notes there, right? So these are, I didn't select the drums, these are all the pitch bass notes. So you've got all the chords, the bass part, stuff like that, right? And I select them all, so I use Command A to select them all. Then if I this is where it really helps to know and be able to work out what the key of the piece of music is. So you see the bass part is like on D a lot, back to D again. So it's kind of rooted around D, and it's using all the white notes pretty much. And if you know a little bit of theory, then if you are using all the white notes, but you root the music around D, you're in the D Dorian mode, and that's actually what this piece of music's in. So it's helpful to know what the key is for when you transpose, so you know D is the kind of home note. So if I move D up, up to E or F, let's say, so I've gone up to F with the home note, then I've gone up a minor third. I've gone up 3 chromatic notes or semitones, so it's a minor third away. So this is how you can really easily sort of transpose in the piano roll. You can sort of right click and do it by, if you don't want to drag, just kind of transpose by one or kind of plus or minus semitones. So that's how you can transpose to a new key. But if I put it back, actually, in the pop rock kind of context, that's not always that useful. What is often more useful is being able to transpose but stay in the same key, transpose like a melodic idea. So what I'm going to do is take my original melody there and paste it over here. Now this is over the same chords this time, right? So the chords don't change, they're the same chords. What we're going to do though is we're going to transpose this but stay in the same key. So in Logic, what I want to do is I've got my sort of second version of this melody. It originally started on D, right? Well, it doesn't start on D, it's got a little sort of pickup here, but the main note is D because we're in D Dorian. So I'm going to move this D up a minor third to F just because I think it's a cool note. But you can see here that suddenly D Dorian mode, right, is all the white notes. It doesn't have any accidentals, any sharps or flats. But if I just drag this up and transpose this like this strictly, it's now got like E flats, A flats, and B flats, which aren't in that key. So it's going to clash horribly if I play it. Yeah, it doesn't sound very good, does it? Because it's using those notes that are really outside the key. So what we can do in Logic is we can take a bunch. I'm going to select all those. Now, in scale quantize here, I need to tell it what the scale is. So this is where you need to work out what the key of your music is, and then you put it in here. So if it's like C major scale, then we can put C major. There you go. If it's, well, it's going to actually be the same. Say it's like F major or something like that. Then we can put that. But the key of this piece of music is it's D, and it is, scroll down, Dorian. And then hit Q if it's not already transposed, if it already has. So it's done that. So we've already got this selected now. So let's say I want to take it up even further. I'm going to paste it over there. Let's copy all our chords out again. Don't need to change them because we're staying in the same key. I don't need to change them. So this time though, let's open up this and take it up even more. So this was on F. Let's go up to like A. Right, so you can see again, it's going to create like F sharps and C sharps, which are not in the D Dorian mode because it's all the white notes. But if so I've got D Dorian on the scale quantize and I just hit Q next to it, then they all go nicely into the kind of D Dorian mode of all the white notes. So we listen to it, we should have the same melody, but it's getting transposed, it's going up in pitch, but we stay in the same key and we're using the scale quantize to help us do that. It's going to go up again. And you hear it sounds great each time because we are staying in the same key. So that's how to do it basically, is copy your melody, move it up in pitch or down in pitch, but make sure you've got scale quantized as the original scale and hit Q on, like, select all the notes, hit Q, you'll stay in that key and should be good.